Hey guys, welcome back. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Welcome back. Right, because these two have fallen on the floor as I've grabbed the bloody cards. I don't know. I'm going to take these. I'm going to take some of them, what's flipped out, because I am guessing that these wanted to come on out. Okay. So that's the surrounding energies. So we've got deceit, lies, trickery, cheating, theft, underhanded, dishonest, dangerous, risky behaviour, enemy masquerading as a friend, spying, lack of conscience, strategy, resourceful, flexible, escaping into connection. Aquarius energy. Okay, we've also got Capricorn, holding on to people, possessions, issues, deep-seated past issues, hoarding, stinginess, control, possessiveness, financial stability, financial security, saving for a big purchase or retirement, greed, materialism and wealth. So, divine masculine, divine feminine. This is not good. Alright. There could be karmics on here, seeing what's coming. Okay, and I'll tell you what's coming. You're getting locked up. So these people are getting locked up, divine masculine, divine feminine. Feeling trapped, restricted, backed into a corner, hands tied, victimised, paralysed by fear, terror, anxiety, feeling pressure, hopelessness, helplessness, powerless, silence, crisis, dilemma, drama, imprisonment, punishment and slavery. So divine masculine, divine feminine could have gone through a lot of victimisation. Like they could have been victimised, a victim of these people strategizing. We've got Two of Pentacles because they wanted something transferred into their account. Okay, could have had a lot of ups and downs because of what is going on around you. Okay, Capricorn energy again, Gemini energy. Okay, we've got like transferring money. They've been transferring money, profit and loss, financial decisions, financial stress, partnerships. So a lot of partners in crime are all under major judgment by the divine. Okay, trying to shift the blame, and then they want some sort of forgiveness for what they've done. This could actually, it's making me feel really sick. Like literally projectile vomiting. Okay. We've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. So we've got reality, clarity, sobriety, poor choices, lack of choice, opportunities or options. So I'm getting, surrounding this connection, these people, it was easy money. Something was easy money. It seemed like easy work to them. Okay, they wanted someone else's good luck, good destiny, chance, good karma, maybe a soulmate, decisive moments, cycles of life, fate, fortune, upheaval and chance. So they've deliberately tried to create a lot of upheaval. We've got fickleness, vanity, gullibility, those who sacrifice themselves unnecessarily for others. And we have the Sun. Positivity, freedom. So there's something surrounding, they wanted some sort of good luck, happiness, financial freedom for themselves, and they wanted to have fun by taking someone else's money, someone else's possessions, yeah, for themselves. Light at the end of the tunnel, okay, recovering, improving, letting go of negativity and stress. So a lot of negative energy projected towards divine masculine, divine feminine, out of spite and jealousy. A lot of sneaking around, a lot of deceptive behaviour, a lot of transferring money to each other's accounts, okay, a lot of transfer, bank transfer, maybe white collar crimes, foolishness, fear of the unknown, poor judgment, risk, naive and inexperienced, and quite possibly they could have tried to play on someone else's vulnerabilities. Fear of moving on, stagnation. They could be sending the spirit of stagnation in order to stagnate them going to prison for what they've done. We've got investments. Things coming to fruition, hard work paying off, harvest, rewards, profits, results, payouts, manifestation of ideas or goals, inheritance, cultivation, growing, gestation, nurturing, perseverance, patience and planning. So they took a lot of money, they took a lot of ideas, business ideas, okay, someone else's hard work. We've got Ten of Cups in reverse. It's an unhappy home, family life, dysfunctional, broken home, lack of security and stability. So they wanted to right a few wrongs in their own world is what I'm getting. They thought that if they was to join on in, they was going to right a few wrongs in their own world. Somebody who wants to play God. Somebody who wants to play God. Okay, and we've got a corrupt government organisation. Okay. Something surrounding reverse roles, masculine or feminine, surrounding this connection, someone surrounding this family, this dysfunctional family, they wanted to reverse roles and they wanted it all transferring to them. Yeah, a form of destiny swap. Why should he have this? Why should she have this? I think I deserve this because I think I've been through more and I should have this, but it's not theirs to take. But they was very, very passionate, okay, about getting other people, quick decisions, ambitious, okay, a journey, sexual adventures. Maybe they've been spending it on flashing the cash to other men and women. So they're like, oh yeah, go on then. And they're getting involved, having sexual relations with each other. A lot of people in the hometown and community have been involved. They thoroughly enjoyed it all. They thoroughly enjoyed themselves is what I'm getting. With everything what they've done, they've been thoroughly enjoying themselves. Let me tell you that. Queen of Swords in reverse. So a lot of malicious gossip, lies and rumours has been getting spread while they're stealing and transferring money to each other, okay? Getting on it with each other, sexual encounters with each other, you know, and getting that some of these masculines and feminines, they wouldn't even have slept with somebody like that before, but because there was money involved and stuff, they all got really aroused, okay? Gossip, malicious lies, bias, loss, misery, one who puts people down and can't be trusted, okay? So these people are not to be trusted. Like a lot of my family, majority of my family, my ex-friends, my exes, they're not to be trusted. They're involved in stuff like this, some sick 0909, sick, sinister things. I'm just getting the message out there because your life is in danger surrounding these people. A lot of people in my hometown, everywhere, like literally. Yeah, because there's a lot of underhanded behaviour. They had a lack of money, poor financial control. They could have said that they want to take this money, transfer it all to all these other people, get everyone else involved. They're getting a bit of this, bit of that, bit of this. Because this masculine or feminine, they can't control their own finances. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? It's not their money to take control of and chat shit they can't manage their own finances. Look at what they're spending it all on. 9 of Wands are just playing games. It's an ongoing battle. They're all trying to defend each other, you know, trying to drain the person who they've stolen from, okay, trying to drain them of their energy, the success. It's persistent, okay. Wanting to fight your own corner, I mean, quite obviously, surrounded by this corruption. Something to do with independent success, independent business, financial stability, security, profit, prosperity, wealth, property, abundance, reward through hard work, collecting on investment, thriving business, status, freedom, wisdom, maturity and indulgence. See, they wanted it for themselves. This corrupt family, okay, recruiting enemies. We've got a King of Pentacles in reverse who's involved. Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus, but there is Cancer energy out here. There's Gemini, okay. There's Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio energy again. Virgo energy, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Taurus again, Pisces. And we've got this King of Pentacles, who's all about materialism, but dull, very, very dull. Dullness vibrates at a very dull frequency. Preoccupation with money. One who has mismanaged money, someone who will do anything for money. Even if it means taking absolutely everything off someone else, alright? Going on out, pissing it up the wall, partying, stacks of cash at all these women, go on, and all these women are going wild, absolutely wild. Malice, hypocrites basically, suspicion, problems, someone who is unconcerned with others' feelings. Deliberately trying to infect divine masculine, divine feminine's energy field. Delays, postponing, okay? Seeing the truth and lies being exposed. They don't want this to be exposed. Someone who opposes and upsets your plans. Rude, hurtful, left behind. Because they didn't want to be left behind. So they did a lot of underhanded behaviour. Because there's a lot of unrequited love in this corrupt family dynamic, okay? Because they hold no love in the heart, only a love for the money. And the side pieces and partying and sticking it up the nose and spending it, splash spending, you know what I mean? Poor identity and personal boundaries. And they have no respect for anyone else's personal boundaries. This is the type of person who'll do everything they can to get inside of your home, to carry on stealing, and again, infect you. Infect your energetic field. They're trying to resist change and trying to avoid tragedy, delaying delaying the inevitable loss. Because they're all going to lose everything what they've stolen. Lose absolutely everything. Because they've got involved in stealing absolutely everything. Returning from travels, moving home, lack of foresight and planning. So basically, they could have gone on holiday, they could be returning home or what have you, and then boom, they're getting arrested. Fears are coming true for them. With the Ten of Swords in reverse. The fears are coming true, that it's all coming to an end. Been repeating negative patterns, Death card in reverse. Dependency, they're very dependent on divine feminine's energy. And then they have literally took everything off of Divine Feminine and have done this to Divine Masculine too, okay? And then they want this Divine Feminine to go from this into this. Push the Divine Feminine into poverty because there's unrequited love there from family members, okay? They've got no respect for personal boundaries, okay? Could have tried to say this Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine who's speaking the truth is paranoid, okay? Don't listen to them, they're paranoid, okay? Trying to have Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine paralysed with fear, but they've got a lot of insurmountable problems, okay? Flogging a dead horse. Failure, losing, disgrace, being hunted, and ill will. Wow. They wanted to come out of poverty themselves. That's what it is, okay? And we've got returning from travel or holidays. Bad timing. Bad timing. So could have gone on holiday, could be spending money overseas, booking holidays. There's people, maybe friends, what have you, booking holidays, going abroad, spending it abroad, living the high life. Living the high life. Immoderate greed and instability, yeah? So they wanted to take everything and create instability in a very stable person's world and make them unstable and have financial hardships when there's Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. They shouldn't be experiencing this. But because they're surrounded by a lot of greed, they're fearing it all coming out, okay? And there's been a lot of gang crimes, okay? There's been a lot of aggression and egos, okay? Territorial, do you know what I mean? Like trying to claim territorial over someone else's gifts, okay? Money, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, trying to gain authority and power and control and dominion over somebody else's financial stability, okay? Could have actually done like some freaking human hunting party, you know, go track him or her down who we've stole from and we'll hunt them down. We'll hunt them down, chat a load of shit, get them hunted down, okay, make out like the this, that and the other, spread a load of malicious lies, you know, do a lot of backstabbing, keep sneaking around, be really mean, be really nasty to this person, treat this person like a piece of shit. So basically, I'm just getting that 1818, I'm just getting that message out there. They could have had salespeople involved, okay, politicians, preachers, inspirational speakers, athletes, performers, other people in the local community are involved in this, doing some sick things. Politicians, stuff like that, splitting the money amongst themselves, thinking because they're in this so-called celebrity position, leader position, that they're never going to get found out, you know. Nah. Maybe even boxers involved, you know what I mean? These people who get looked at as so-called legends, creating confusions, but there will be some sort of a resolution and transformation surrounding this misfortune. And again, transformation again, and then we've got danger of loss, danger of loss. They've got no compassion, no empathy, no remorse, 1919. They don't take advice from these readers about going to hand yourself on in, admit your involvement in what, okay, and you may get a lesser sentence. So the person who they've stolen from and took from, they are some sort of inspirational leader, inspirational speaker, okay, and they wanted to be put in the limelight from taking, and they wanted to be seen as an inspiration. So there could be a settlement, okay, surrounding this, because, well, if they took someone else's money, which is a lot of money, and they're splitting it amongst themselves and they're recruiting people to get on in, why shouldn't this person be able to spend their own money on what they want and go on holiday and enjoy their own money? People in these leadership positions are even involved. Vigilante. And they could be in a secret society. Yeah, and they could be celebrating off the back of someone else's money. Yeah. And being on some mad vigilante mission to bump the person off who they've stole from multiple times. Because they want to keep the money for themselves. So even people in these leadership positions, they're going down because they've been causing conflicts surrounding this money what's not even there. And they had a choice, okay? They had a choice to do the right thing. But, they didn't want to. They wanted to travel around, shake hands with each other, make dealings with each other, try and keep it a secret, get everyone else involved in all these different areas and split it amongst themselves because it's a substantially, 21, large amount of money. And I was trying to be real discreet about that. Then they'll appear out in general public like they're real honest. Oh, look, we're real honest. Oh, we're real honest. No way. Honesty, and honesty. And they'll come out to people and then they'll make out like they're real honest and they're a real good person and they'll start drawing conflicts and we want to come on in and resolve this issue and we want to bring balance and harmony. Liars. Compulsive liars. They could be wanting to try and settle it 2-1. Oh shit, that was one, but it was 2-2-1-1, right? They could want to settle this out of court. You know, they could want to settle it out of court, 2-2-2-2, and they wanted it to be a mystery. You know what I mean? Like, what happened to this divine masculine, divine feminine? Oh, we don't know. We don't know what happened. Yeah, you do. Yeah, they do. And yes, they do. And we've even got honesty. Oh, we've got harmony, yeah. I can't believe they're jealous of someone else's success. So they want to ruin this masculine, this feminine, and in the process of ruining this divine masculine, divine feminine who they've stolen off and been splitting the money amongst themselves and getting into some proper dodgy dealings. Some of it could have been cash in hand. Some of it could have been cash in hand. Could be solving some sort of mysteries also. Could actually be solving your own case, divine masculine, divine feminine. Could be helping solve others' cases. Just splitting it amongst themselves. Deliberately trying to make divine masculine, divine feminine ill. We've got theft. Okay. We've got some sort of wealthy man. Okay, we could be they could be selling home, yeah. Keeping money for themselves. Could be selling a home, what was supposed to be divine masculine, divine feminine, or divine masculine, divine feminine should have been able to buy their own home and live a nice life of luxury, but everyone was like, nah, we don't want to see this divine masculine, divine feminine have a nice life. We're going to snatch everything we can, alright? So could have actually quite possibly sold a home, or could be into buying and selling houses, doing houses up, renovating houses, selling them on with stolen money, and leaving the person who, yeah, there's something to do with that. Somebody already had money as well, and they still got involved because they wanted more money, what was not theirs, leaving this divine masculine, divine feminine in poverty, deliberately trying to make this divine masculine, divine feminine ill, to bump them off. So everyone can just walk around and get a nice little shopping spree. Let's get this nice little dress. We've got a mature woman involved in that and all. People who this divine masculine, divine feminine has been caught in a dating is thinking, what should we do? Shall we recruit them? Yeah, we'll recruit them. Slivery, slimy serpents. And that's all they are. Nothing but the serpents. Oh, we've got good law officials are on these motherfuckers. We've got army in reverse. Some of these people could have been actively serving in the army involved. Okay, they could have lost their job. They could be people outside of the army who are involved in this also. 25. They could have tried to burn evidence, do some sort of lunacy spells, jealous of people's single independent businesses, so they want to snatch everything they can off them. Hiring an assassin. I mean, obviously, if there's like in the army, or was in the army, these army guys, military dudes, could have been passing guns to the street people, military grade weapons, or someone who's left the army, who's done a lot of popping. It's like, well, it's easy for me to just pop in or pop out, yeah. We've got police officer involved in stalking. Okay. We've got gang stalkers. Love to send people towards divine masculine, divine feminine to cause more stress because they deliberately try to make someone mentally ill, physically ill. Corrupt attorney involved. Computer tech involved. Then we've got arrest warrants. They're constantly doing moon magic, you know. Constantly doing moon magic. They're going to prison for life. Unfortunate for them. They just wanted to like drink, I don't know, what was it called? Margaritas, I don't friggin' know. Something. Margaritas and cocktails. You know, oh, we'll get a nice cocktail out of this stone, man. What do you think about that, darling? And you want a cocktail? It's alright, I'll buy it all of stone money. Wanting you dead. Divine masculine, divine feminine. No way. Undercover policeman, policewoman, FBI, CID type energy, watching all of these people because this is some sick, sinister crimes and they can't be turning a blind eye and letting this shit go down. We've got a college teacher tutor involved also. There's planning on a street shooting. A lot of cyberbullying in groups. Go on, go start an argument with him, alright. Go on. And then when they bite back, we can go, look, here, shit, they're biting. When it all comes to it and is under question, they'll be like, I'm struggling with mental health. Meanwhile, they're deliberately trying to destroy somebody else's mental health, physical health, emotional well-being by taking absolutely everything, leaving them with absolutely nothing, deliberately trying to make them ill and bump them off. And then they say, oh, but I'm struggling with my mental health. Conflict spells, suicide spells. If they can't bump you off in all these other ways, there's doing suicide spells. Corrupt lawyer involved. I don't know. Some of them are like filling backpacks or suitcases or whatever with blood money. Backpacks, suitcases, stacks of cash in their arms. Like, come on. Got all these stacks of cash. They're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Got weirdos watching you, divine masculine, divine feminine. Weirdos. Absolute weirdos. Evil ones trying to call you evil for calling them out. Someone could be coming towards divine masculine, divine feminine with info. With info. And they could be trying to block that. Could be trying to get power of attorney, okay? Deliberately forcing power of attorney, deliberately making divine masculine, divine feminine ill, taking absolutely everything, then forcing power of attorney, saying, oh, they're sick, look, the projectile vomiting, they're dying. Wow. Getting nurses involved in poisoning. Bald. Could be significant. So annoying. So annoying. So annoying. Absolutely annoying that they've all got similar type of tactics. Okay? They move very, very similar. Okay? And if there's if there's army people still serving or ex-army people, they could have gone to their occupational therapists and got occupational therapists to work against divine masculine, divine feminine. It's a very deluded team to think that they're going to get away with it. The schemes are being exposed. The level of corruption is shocking. They've been creating false narratives. Any bikes they bought from stolen money, the bikes are getting crushed, okay? And they're going to have to pay that money back some way, shape or form. Maybe we've got an intelligence agency all over this, but what it is they're going to have to pay every single penny back what they stole and some. Dodgy lawyer. Checks or something in the post to people. Hush hush money. Hush hush money. If you hush hush about this, keep turning a blind eye and let us continue this level of abuse, this level of sadistic torture, this level of corruption, we'll send you a check, darling. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Lying on her, of course they are. Shit starers, of course they are. Jealous of this divine masculine's gifts, skills, talents, okay? Maybe even got builders involved, or maybe they want to build something of their own, under construction, significant, under construction. Some people could be losing their car, or cars, okay? They want to have their own secret society or get in a secret society, but justice is coming. Family members are getting raided. Come on. Come on. Because this is, well, it's making me feel sick just weaving into it. Buying buildings, setting themselves up, their own lives, their own worlds. It's sick. It's sinister. Travelling around, shaking hands with each other, roping more people in, military people, ex-military people, getting all the pals involved. They're spending it on sleeping around. We've got bad coppers involved. They're spending it on sleeping around. Brother is involved in stealing inheritance. And what they want to do is to bump this divine masculine, divine feminine off. They'll all go crying, shedding some tears at a funeral. Or maybe they're just going to get a real flimsy coffin because they want to cut back, you see. And save the money for pissing it up the wall. And for their own selves. Pissing it up the wall. They're expecting neighbours to be watching. Okay, watching your house, your home, your flat, wherever you are. Yeah, they pay neighbours to watch. Yeah, There's a message. Alright, see if there's getting in anyone's car or see what they've got coming on in. Because we've stolen all this and we're expecting you to watch the house for us. Is that alright? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Because we just want to cover up this theft, alright? And we'll send you some money in the post. You just call him or her nutter because we're planning to bump them off. Is that alright with you? And they're all like, yeah, it's totally fine with me. And she's like, come on, get involved. Fake ass bitch. I'm going to be facing a judge who's not going to have any of this. This money's coming on back. So it doesn't matter how much work they're putting behind the scene. They're all going to fucking down. End of story. All these corrupt motherfuckers, alright, who's been falsifying and manipulating the system to work out in their favour, they're going down as well. They're losing their job. And Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine is getting that great fortune back for their hard work. Because, well, they shouldn't be like this. And what? Messages surrounding an assassination attempt. And then everyone's like, all fake in the court. And like, we're just worried about him or her and the mental health. Yeah, we're just worried about him or her and the mental health. Give him or her a ring. Drop him a message. See if they're alright. Getting people in the community to walk down pathway, knock on door. Hey, I'm your mental health worker. Are you alright? We've just come to see you and chat a bit of shit. We know all about this theft of sudden wealth, you know, and people are working behind the scenes to put this stupid bint in prison as well. Because I was thinking, why should this stupid bint get away with it? She's not. She's not but a stupid bint. How is all these people all of a sudden rich as hell overnight? Rich as hell overnight. And why is this masculine or feminine kicking up such a fuss, wanting justice? This stupid bint, amongst others, they've got involved in giving like some sort of gifts, some money under the bloody table, okay, to work against divine masculine, divine feminine, and make out divine masculine, divine feminine's ill. And if you say this, and we'll do everything we can to deliberately force an illness onto this masculine 37, and this feminine. Why not? Disgrace, abomination to the Lord. Alright, they've got a lot of people in so-called power positions paid money under the fucking table to carry this sick shit on, to create so much upheaval. Yeah, there's going to be a settlement. Of course there is. Of course there is. And these people are going to prison. Yes, they are. Whether they like it or not. Just sending peace, love, and light.